Continuing on with building and streamlining all of your existing clients and new inquiries in one place, what about when someone reaches out to you via email and you want to capture all of their information directly into Clickup without having to manually do this every time? This is where you could bring in everything in that email chain so it's no longer lost in your inbox. So there are two main ways that you can have your email show up in Clickup. You could have them either show up as its own individual task, or you could have it as a comment within an existing task, almost like a conversation. The first thing you need to do is click your workspace icon, then click apps, and we want to search for email to task to turn this feature on. You'll see an option for post replies to emails as threaded replies instead of new comments. I like to leave this on, which will make sense in a minute. So I love this feature and it's so underrated, and I use it in two main ways. Let's start off with email to tasks. In this scenario, imagine you've already started a project and you receive client amends over email. You want to add this as a comment to a task that you've already created. And you would go into that task, click on the three dots and select email to task. So imagine this as the actual task's email address. So now we copy this and forward on that email to that address, and like magic, you'll see the email show up as a comment here on the right hand side. Now you can keep track of everything inside of this task or the projects that you're working on here. So that's emails to existing tasks that you have set up. The second method I almost use daily is email to list. So let's say that you get a brand new inquiry from someone who's contacted you directly via email, and you want to capture that lead's details and everything they've said over email and put that into Clickup without having to do this manually. We want to classify this as an inquiry using the CRM that we built earlier. So let's head to the list that we created, click on the three dots and then email to list. So this isn't going to be an existing task like we had before. We're going to be putting this email into a list. It's a similar process. We want to copy and paste this address as our recipient and can use some powerful features here to categorize this. Starting with the subject, we want to give this a suitable name, which will actually be the task name, like the name of the client or the company. Then we can even add in a due date for the deadline of this project using the angled brackets, and then using natural language like today, tomorrow 11 AM or 15th of January 2023 and close the bracket. You can even assign yourself or a team member inside of Clickup to the task using the same angled brackets and then using assign and then the name of the person. You can even tag the message using the ones we created in the previous lesson, or even create a new one by putting tag, space, and then the tag name. Be sure to separate all the tags in brackets rather than putting commas in between so that it creates individual tags to something like this. It even detects attachments in the email for say a storyboard or script, and is going to add this into the task in Clickup. A couple tips on this are, if you have a long email signature or anything else that isn't relevant, it's best to clean this up here so that you're only keeping the essential parts. Most email software remembers the name of the last known email address, but I'd recommend saving this as a contact so you can easily email the correct list. And ClickUp is really intelligent. It even grabs the name of the list automatically once you've pasted that in. Once we've sent that, you'll notice the task will be created in the first status section, sometimes referred to as the open status. So you can then just move it to the best suited place. My last method for you is, although I don't personally use this feature, there's one final way that you can automatically forward emails from your inbox into ClickUp. Here's a quick overview. If you're using something like Gmail, you can set up a filter for any emails that contain a keyword. So this could be something like quote, to then set up forwarding automatically to the ClickUp address that you pasted in. So any emails that come your way with whatever filters you create will become a task in ClickUp without you needing to forward on those details manually. The reason I don't use automatic forwarding is because it would have to be very specific for a client to mention potential keywords in that email. Unless you have something set up like this from a contact form on your website that has that keyword in there, you can use that to filter this by. Plus, if you have multiple email accounts, you'd have to do this for each one and point each one into different lists. If you're wondering how to capture leads from a website, quote form, or any platform out there, I have two very cool solutions in this series to do exactly that and to completely automate this entire process.